Hello, my name is Olu Gbemi, one of XM trading experts, and today I'm going to be sharing with you steps that I had adopted in the past to help me overcome losing streak. And I believe they would help you as well if you ever find yourself in a losing streak. Now, the question is, what is losing streak? What does it have to do with? This involves situation where you find yourself making one loss after another, like going into consecutive trades as much as like 10. Now, what is the cause of this? A lot of times, this is because we go into one trade after another with the same unhealthy emotion or unhelpful thoughts that had led us into the losses in the first place. Now, how do we overcome this? If we find ourselves here, how do we overcome it? I'm going to be sharing with you 4 tips that have helped me in the past, and I feel that they would also help you if you find yourself here. The first one is you want to consider losses as part of your trading expenses. When you have a traditional business, you're not going to look at the fact that, I'm going to pay my staff, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to pay for raw material and all that as something abnormal. The same way as a trader, if you consider yourself as someone that your trading is a business, you're not going to look at it as losses as something abnormal. You're going to consider it as part of the expenses. So in that way, by the time you are looking at your profit, you are looking at the net profit, not the gross. You're going to remove the losses that you have in your trades from the winners, and that way you come out with net loss, the profit, which is what you should be looking at, not individual losses, because they will come from time to time as you do not have the ability to control what happens to prices in the long run. All right. The next one is you want to learn from every trade. How do you do this? For you to be able to learn from every trade, it means that you need to have in place trading journal where you put down your trades, whether they result in profit or loss, so that at the end of the day, you can come back and say, okay, today, the trades that have resulted in wins, what did I do better that helped me make profits in this trade? The ones that have gone against me, are there mistakes that I made that resulted in this? What can I learn from this so that next time I can avoid repeating such mistake? If we do this consistently, you would see that you are able to apply more of the winning tips and avoid what leads to losses. And the third tip is you want to implement proper risk to reward ratio. If we start talking about this, it might take us a long time. So I would say do more research on that. But what is important is when we talk about risk to reward ratio, it means that for every trade you take, you want to ensure that you are expecting what you're expecting, your expected profit is bigger than your expected losses, so that even if at the end of the day your win rate is just 50%, you win 5 out of 10, you are still able to go home with net profits, because the ones that go into profit are bigger. You get bigger reward than the ones that go into losses. And the last but not the least is take a short break. So when you start finding yourself in consecutive losses, before it gets out of hand, it's important that you take some break out, maybe a few days, to just sit back, relax, and see what you've done wrong and how you can do better. Rejuvenate yourself. You probably might have listened to some motivational speaker who would say that we should also sleep is for losers. It's important that you sleep and rejuvenate your mind, because coming into trading, you need to bring in the right mindset, and this would help a lot. Thank you so much for listening to these tips. I look forward to having you join our live session on XM educational rooms so that you can learn more of this. Have a great day ahead.